Howdy gamers, old gamer guy here. Here's another random one for you. I was in the PlayStation Store looking for some likely Halloween style games, and I ran across this game, which I've never even heard of, but it had pretty high reviews and it was on sale for like $6.
They say curiosity killed the cat. I killed the cat. Curiosity only brought her to me.
So this was just a totally random purchase. I check the PlayStation Store just about every week looking for sales, and so I pick up games like this all the time that are on sale for cheap that look kind of intriguing. I don't make videos for all of them, but obviously I'm at least a little bit impressed with this one so far. So this is my first hour of gameplay edited down, and I'm going to give you some very vague opinions about it.
What happened? How did I get down here?
Hell if I know, buddy, but it looks like you are waking up in the basement of a building. And of course we have tutorial messages popping up over there on the right. And my first thought is the atmosphere is pretty good, and I wish this was in VR.
It's locked. There's a keyhole.
There you can see the inventory screen, and in the lower left-hand corner there are upgrades for speed and health and stamina and stealth. We've got some glowing sludge on the floor there. We'll have to deal with that later, but it's not long before creepy things start to happen. I don't know if you saw that figure there, but there was a little guy there ducking back around behind the corner. There's really no place for that figure to have gone, but never mind that. If we get up here and crouch down, we can get a flashlight.
This will come in handy.
That vent in the wall can eventually be broken through if you have the right object, but never mind that. This chair was not here in the hallway when I went by before, and it has a creepy little note on it. So yeah, it's not long before creepy things start to happen. Look how dark the environment can get, so the flashlight is actually needed, which is nice. Sometimes games don't get nearly dark enough to require a flashlight.
I can probably assemble something here.
Ah, yes, the trusty workbench that we've all seen so many times before in video games. And there was a key on the desk which opened the locked door. So yeah, you've probably played games like this before. I don't feel like this is treading any new ground, but I do think it's pretty well done. That was a flashlight battery there. There was a gas mask on the other side of that window. I have not yet acquired the gas mask, but it appears that it will be important a little bit later. Those flashlight batteries are also important, but it appears that there are plenty of them.
I need something sharp.
I'm playing on the normal difficulty, and so far there seem to be plenty of those flashlight batteries around. Eventually you get a gun, and ammo seems to be a little bit more scarce, but never mind that. We are already being presented with a possible solution to the broken elevator, because these fuses on these washing machines are apparently universal, so we can grab this fuse and then come on down here under the elevator and pop it into place. This would be pretty claustrophobic in VR, but it's still pretty immersive on a flat screen. But never mind that. We have a little passage back into the laundry room here, and so now we can go back to the elevator. It's got a missing button, and we are in the basement currently, so the only destination is the second floor. So let's take a ride up. There was a creepy figure standing right there. So, yeah, the creepiness continues to roll on. This is kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it, a sort of Silent Hill-ish, hallucinatory, nightmarish kind of an adventure, I suppose. But I am really enjoying it so far. There's another flashlight battery. There's a vending machine here. Remember the vending machine because we'll be back here a little bit later.
Is anybody even out there?
There's another figure outside the window there. I didn't even notice that as I was playing before. But there it is, the title, Floating in the Sky. So that's kind of weird. The streets appear to be very, very flooded. So I guess this is supposed to be after a hurricane. But yeah, let's explore this environment. We have an office over here, and I think this is my character. I think this is the character I'm actually playing. This is his office. I think he is a psychiatrist, psychologist, something like that.
There he is. Long have I waited for this moment, to watch as you scramble for your last breath, as you try to make sense of your reality and the gravity it carries, pulling you down. Ooh, I can't contain my excitement. I will have you, Desmond Wales. I will have...
That almost sounded like the narrator for Darkest Dungeon, which is a cool little game. But either way, it was kind of an unsettling message as we retrace our steps. But look at this. I think this was the elevator door when I came through here before, but now it looks different. So, of course, we are going to go through this doorway, and we will find ourselves in our own apartment, which is at least a little bit of a comfort. If I look over here on the table, there's a note from a pharmaceutical company. And so, yeah, things are starting to make a little bit more sense. Pharmaceuticals, it's late at night. I have my guitar right here. This is all seeming very familiar. Of course I'm hallucinating. But never mind that. If I continue to explore, I find a cassette tape. So I can listen to that on the player in my office. There's no broadcast happening, and the phones are apparently not working unless that creepy guy wants to make a phone call. But let's take a listen to this tape. It was almost like the whole building was moving there for a minute, and now the doorway looks different. So we are going to go back through this doorway and find ourselves in an even more surreal sort of a location. So things are getting even more fantastical as we go along. There appears to be a giant cassette tape kind of looming in the distance over there to the right. But if we push forward, we will find some audio to listen to.
In an unexpected turn of events, it seems I'm the one who's losing my mind. Why or how this is all happening is beyond me. But as strange as this is, I'm equally as fascinated as I am scared.
I guess I'm supposed to be hallucinating as I listen to this audio, but there are several of these along the way. I'm not playing all of them for you.
If I can get through this, if I can just keep my mind focused, I must stay aware, awake, alert.
Well, that will depend entirely on the pharmaceuticals in question, really. But never mind that. We find ourselves next to another weird doorway to pass through. And when we go through it, we find ourselves back in our office. And apparently the audio tape is finishing up. And our hallucination is concluding as well.
Tanya? How? I mean, hi. I'm having a weird day. Everything okay with you? All right. Good kitty.
So now we have the missing button for the elevator.
Do you know how a Rorschach test works? I show you an ink blot, and you sneak your way into an interpret.
I can sneak past it. I know I can.
This creature looks a little different from the ones that we've been seeing here and there up to this point, but apparently we are supposed to avoid this guy. I'm not going to do this very well, but yeah, watch how this plays out. I hit the wrong button and jumped instead of opening the door, so he got a shot in on me. Hopefully he's gone by now as I go back through the door, but no, he's standing right there. He gets another shot in on me, and then I panic and crouch before eventually running away, or at least I ran away until I ran out of stamina, but at least I made it to the elevator.
This elevator button is missing.
There's more of that glowing sludge on the ground here and there as we continue to explore. And yeah, this is quite immersive on a flat screen with the lights turned out. And if you're listening through some good headphones, or if you have some good surround sound speakers, this is quite immersive, even though it's not in VR. VR would put it on another level in that way. But I am appropriately tense as I explore these environments. But here's something that will make me feel a little bit more calm, because I just found some instructions on how to make a gun. I have to find 3 different parts. One of them is on top of this vending machine that I pointed out earlier. But when I go to my inventory screen, my current objective will also be on that screen. So yeah, I was just consulting that here and there as I looked around, but the next piece is in this maintenance room, taped under this table. I came through here earlier in the game, but clearly I did not explore efficiently enough. The third part requires a fuse, so I'm retrieving the fuse from underneath the elevator. And going back into the laundry room, we have another washing machine over here that could use a fuse, and when I pop the fuse in, it starts to run and it vibrates and it moves away from the wall, so I can grab this third part of the pistol. Now we have all the parts, so we can go back to the workbench, and we just have to put each part on the workbench. There's no extra gameplay element to put it all together.
Oh, I hope I don't have to use this.
You're trapped in a video game, brother, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that eventually you will have to use that pistol. But never mind that. Let's go through another creepy doorway, and that brings us into another dark apartment. This belongs to Virginia, who I am assuming is the patient that this guy has been counseling. There was a flashlight battery there on the shelf. There's another one here in the kitchen. So yeah, lots of flashlight batteries around. There was some food there on the counter also, so if I was hurt, I could eat that food and regain some hit points. But yeah, let's go ahead and explore in here. There's another creepy note on the ground. Don't stay in bed. But over here on the dresser, we have another cassette tape. So you guessed it, we're going to go back to the office.
I have a feeling, a hunch if you will, that looking into your patient's death will result...
Was worth a shot.
We've got a little drawing here telling us to shoot the barrel, but of course, as video game veterans, we know that already. That was the only combat that I saw in this first hour, so it's not a very combat-focused game, at least not at the very beginning, but like I said, ammo is relatively scarce compared to the health kits, but never mind that. I just found a pill, and that increased my stealth there in the bottom left-hand corner. At some point I must have found a pill to increase my speed, and I just didn't notice it. Right here I felt instinctively that I should be able to shoot these barrels, but it wouldn't let me do it. But never mind that. Let's listen to this new tape. Once again, the whole building seemed like it was moving around, and we have yet another mysterious doorway to pass through, and this takes us back out into that kind of surreal, flooded outdoor location, and we have some more audio to hear.
It's just sad, you know? It's not fair. I've been getting food and stuff from Eden's Grove for like my whole life. They expect me to just be okay with them ruining this town and forcing me to shop at their place? This makes me really sad. Am I crazy? I am crazy, right?
No.
Did I?
It's just sad, you know? It's not fair. I've been getting food and stuff from Eden's Grove for like my whole life. They expect me to just be okay with them ruining this town and forcing me to shop at their place? This makes me really sad. Am I crazy? I am crazy, right?
No. Changes like these can be uncomfortable. Eden's Grove was certainly a staple of the community.
So we get a little platforming here as we make our way toward what looks like a grocery store. There are some more audios along the way, but I'm not playing all of that for you just to make this video as short as I can. I try to keep these videos around 15 or 20 minutes, but sometimes I go a little bit over. But let's go through the mysterious door, and we will find ourselves inside the grocery store. So we are approaching the end of my first hour of gameplay, and therefore the end of the video. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. I am enjoying this game very much. I do keep thinking, God, I wish this was in VR, because I really, really love VR. It takes a scary game to a completely new level. Here we have a simple puzzle where you can't look at the door as you go through. But yeah, I think hopefully you've gotten an idea of what this game is all about. puzzles here and there, avoiding things, shooting things sometimes, creepiness all around. And we're about to get a little bit more creepiness here as I explore this space. Up until now, the stuff we've seen, could almost be like a sci-fi-ish sort of a story, but now we're getting into more overtly paranormal stuff here, because that looks like your garden variety ghost right there. And so for a while I'm just sort of following creepy noises around through this maze-like grocery store, but eventually we see a strange mirror. That ghost does not like to be looked at. Hopefully you have enjoyed looking at this video. This doesn't really fit with my Halloween theme, but Battlefield 6 will be the next video on the channel. For now, as always, thanks for watching.